Hello everyone. Now we will understand RSA algorithm. That one is reverse Shamir Edelman algorithm. This is actually the public key cryptographic algorithm. We already know about the public key or private key, or we can say that a private key is also called as a symmetric key or a single key, right? And the public key cryptographic is also called as asymmetric or the two key cryptographic. Then when the RSA is a public key cryptographic algorithm, that one is for both encryption and authentication. With the RSA it verifies the user authentication also. Authentication is a process where the receiver of a digital message can be confident of the identity of the sender and the particular receiver. That one is integrity of message. That is again needed the hash algorithm. We will understand it about in upcoming sessions. Now authentication in a public key system using digital signature. That one is when we implement the RSA with the reverse of that, then it should be a digital signature, which is one of the authentication process. Now it is implemented in a secure socket layer, that is the SSL protocol, secure electronic transactions, that is the SAID protocol, pretty good privacy, that is a PGP protocol, and other cryptographic authentication. Now how exact the RSA is work? RSA is an asymmetric algorithm, means for encryption it need one key, and for decryption it need another key. That one is a K2. That is a asymmetric algorithm, and this one is a key pair. K1 and K2 is the key pair of the this user, that is the user 2 and user 1. Now the key is used to encrypt it, while the resulting ciphertext block is equal to the particular RSA is an asymmetric algorithm, support both variable keys length and variable block size. Means when we give the input as a plaintext message, the size of this plaintext message is not fixed, it is a variable. Same thing, the key size, whatever the key1, K1 or K2, the size is again a variable. Key size and a message size is a variable. The RSA algorithm required that the plaintext block being encrypted must be a smaller. There is a condition which one is gives a good security, that is RSA plaintext, that one is which is the user plaintext, whatever the plaintext is, the size of plaintext, we can say that plaintext size is less than the key size, that is the one condition which one is represent the good security view or the output. A result cipher block is equal to, and then output of this is the input, that is the plaintext size is less than the key size, or the output of the encryption, that is a ciphertext. The ciphertext size is again the same as the key size. Plaintext is less than key size, and the particular ciphertext size is again same as the key size. This is the logic behind the RSA algorithm as a input and output. Now the private and public key in a RSA are based on a large prime number. This is again the large prime number. We will know about all the RSA mathematics step by step in algorithm steps. RSA is a relatively slow algorithm. It is generally not used. RSA is used for a small type of a message like a key, or it may be a small type of a code. Okay, it's not used for a huge message. This is simply the basic explanation about the what exact the RSA is. Now we will know about the steps how exact the RSAs work. Now the first step of RSA algorithm, choose two large prime number, that one is a P and Q, that is a step 1, right? P and Q, and the condition is P is not equal to Q, right? This is simple the algorithm steps. Why the p and q is a large prime number? Why large prime number? Because of when the plain text is converted into a ciphertext and ciphertext is converted into a plain text, it's again the gives us same output as a input message. That is the logic behind that conversion is the prime number. Now that's why large prime number. Now the calculate n, second step, that one is a calculate n value. You can take it as a capital N or small n. That is a p into q. This one is algorithm step 2, right? There is one more a process, that is a phi of n, is called as a E-rules function. This is a E-rules Totian function, that is phi of n, and n value is p into q, then that one is basically that one is a phi of n, it's represent with the n minus 1, and if n is a p into q, then it's a p minus 1 and the q minus 1. It's a representation which one is to defined with the E-rules Totian function. This function is used under the RSA algorithm, and that's why the phi of n is a p minus 1 and the q minus 1. Now next step, that step 3rd, select the public key. That one is public key is it's simply the E is an encryption key, and we know the n, right? This is the public key. Now what the theory behind the E, that is the encryption key, is such that it is not a factor of this E we need to select is such like that is not a factor of p minus it's not a factor of p minus 1 and q minus 1, right? That is the basic rule under the step 3. Now this is the one thing, one rule is not a factor of n, a phi of n, okay? Then once again select the public key, and not a factor of p minus 1 means a phi of n, okay? Now the second rule, that is GCD of E, this one, GCD of E phi of n is equal to 1, means both are the prime number, which is equal to 1, means phi of n and E is equal to GCD of that is 1, okay? That is the step 3. One more condition, that one is of 1 is E is greater than 1 and less than phi of n, means when we select this small e as an encryption key, this is the first formula, that one is not a factor of phi of n, then GCD of e and phi of n is 1, and the e is greater than 1 and less than phi of n. This is the selection rule for the encryption key. Now the step 4, select the private key. That one is we select the encryption key, now we select the private key. That one is a private key. Step 4, private key, that one is select the D such a like that, that is a D into E. It should be a not a case sensitive D, or as a small d, or the E as a small e, you can consider. It's a mod of phi of n, means p minus n and the p minus 1 and q minus 1 is equal to 1. Means such a if E is considering with step 3, now the mod of n, we know the n. Now consider D is like your answer should be a 1. That is the selection criteria for the D. Then that one is D is again the D into E mod of p minus 1 into q minus 1 is equal to 1. It should be select the D look like, and this equation should be a true, okay? Now one more, that one is you can find out or consider D is equal to E inverse mod phi of n. it should be this one is also we can get the E value, but we need to again calculate the E inverse. That's why initially we just to consider this equation, this equation should be a true for the selection of D value, decryption value, decryption key. Okay, now the for encryption calculate the ciphertext, then step 5th, that ciphertext is equal to plaintext with the encryption key mod n, right? Plaintext raised to E mod n, it gets a ciphertext. Now again a 6, or it may be a step 6, send this ciphertext to second user, right? Now next step, that one is step 7. What is step 7? Calculate the again a plaintext, second user again calculate the plaintext with the help of ciphertext, then ciphertext with a decryption key raised to decryption mod of phi of n, mod of n, not a phi of n, mod of n. Then it second user get the plaintext again, then it's an end of process. When the user one send an encrypted message to a second user get again a plaintext from that. It's a RSA algorithm. Now we will just to take the one example with this algorithm steps, right? That's why we just